Hey, what's good, everybody? Hope you are all well. Let me just set this up real quick. I'm just gonna do an all signs, the 411, what you need to know right now, or just some general kind of messages, right? Um, Hold on. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, so I came out with this new Oracle deck for those of you that don't know. I'm still checking to see who I'm gonna get it from, but most likely I'll just sell them, right? Really excited. I've been posting shorts showing some samples of the cards. I'll start posting them here too. I don't know how it works when like with shorts if you could post the same short on different platforms, right? But hey, what is it? Is it Dito? I don't know. Hopefully I could see that right. How's it going? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. I guess I'll start with, is it still Cancer season or is it already Leo season? I'll do Cancer. I think maybe it's like the cusp, right? So I'll start with Cancer. Happy birthday, Cancer. If it's the last day of Cancer season, or I'll start with you. Let's go ahead and see what wants to come out. So let's see for Cancer. Hey, did I forget anything? No, right? Everything's set up. You could hear me good. Oh yeah, let me know if you could hear me because I don't know, the mic's a little far away from me, but usually I have it too close. So okay, what? No spirit animal wants to come out for Cancer or what? Oh, wow. Like my favorite one too. Number 20, Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. Hey, Brittany, hope all is well. Dolphin Spirit. Oh, you could. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, this and that are true. Number 20. So yeah, I literally just told someone yesterday that, I had a dream a while back. I was like swimming with the dolphins, and I was like, you know what? I need to go do that already. So that's funny. I'm not a Cancer cusper, but this is funny that this came out, right? So maybe you're really intuitive at this time. The dolphins are like these super beings, right? That it's clear, they're one of the most intelligent life forms here on this planet, right? So maybe right now you're feeling very psychic, Cancer, right? You've been tapped in, getting messages, right? It seems like, because dolphins they use the echolocation, right? They communicate with each other for miles and miles. I don't even know how far they could communicate with each other, but maybe you're really feeling that right now. Let's see. I've been wanting to use this deck. Oh, okay, that was a little too much, but Three of Wands, the God of Hope. Maybe you hadn't been feeling hope for some reason, or Sitael, Three of Wands, construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. Maybe it's just a reminder that you're protected while you build whatever you're building, right? If you've been feeling like, I don't know, maybe you don't know if God has your back or the angels got your back, and there it is, right? Protection from adversaries. Let's see. So, what else does Cancer need to know right now during this time? Whoa. Ah. Maybe that's why protection from adversaries. Maybe you're walking away from something, but this walking away, it seems to be a good decision because Nine of Cups. So maybe this walking away is actually you walking away towards, right, your wishes coming true. So maybe that's why you had to leave something behind, and maybe you're feeling like, oh, do I got to watch my back now? Things like that. So I feel like that was the universe telling you that you're good. Yeah, see, maybe you're worried that something's gonna want to come in rushing, right? Feels like maybe something wanting to rush in, like, oh, you're so occupied with work right now, you're not gonna see me coming, kind of thing. But I feel like you don't have nothing to worry about, right? Just focus on you do you, and let the angels handle whatever's coming, right? Something trying to take a advantage of an opportunity, like they might think you're not looking, so it's a good time to come up behind you, right? Yeah, let me see. I can get one from here and then move on. Yeah, so it looks like that's the message. I don't know whatever you walked away from recently, Cancer. Um, oh, Mercury retrograde. Maybe who knows? Maybe something came back from the past during Mercury retrograde, and maybe you try to give it. Like I know the consensus advice for Mercury retrograde is like, oh, don't go back to things from the past or this or that, or and maybe you chose not to listen, and of course something happened, and now you're like worried because look at that. That jumped out at me. Look at exit, bam. So maybe some of you haven't completely walked away yet, but look at the exit. You're not stuck. You're just scared. Wow. And also kind of lazy. Wow. Cause yeah, maybe it's hard work. See, and what came out? The Eight of Cups, right? So you can't make that stuff up. So you're not stuck, you're just scared. So some of you probably haven't walked away, some of you maybe did, but again, you're probably just worried like, "Uh-oh, is this person going to be mad? Are they going to get retaliation cuz I walked away from them?" But I feel like yeah, that's why I'm glad that message came out that the angels got your back. I knew I pulled that deck out for a reason. So, all right, let's see. Let's get some numbers for you. So maybe you're July 4th, July 13th, July 1st, maybe you're 31, maybe 13 or 1 3. You know what? 13, right? That's the death card, right? So maybe yeah, you had to bring an end to something, ending a cycle with that. The death and rebirth for yourself, right? Willing to leave everything behind, like, you know what? I don't want like maybe nothing that reminds you of that, or maybe if it was a job, right? And you feel like, "Uh-oh, they're going to want retaliation cuz I just kind of left." Maybe you were in a partnership business wise and you were like, you know what, keep everything. I don't even care. I just don't want to deal with this anymore. Right? Maybe with a Pisces. Who knows? Right? I know. No offense to any Pisces, but I know Pisces can be vengeful for sure. Taurus, Pisces, Aquarius, more Pisces energy, right? So, yeah. So that's that. Okay. So after Cancer, all right, we're going to do Leo. So happy birthday to Leos. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Did I see what? What happened? I call that. What happened? Let me see. Oh, I don't know. I missed something. So okay. Um, what am I? Oh, Leo, right? So yeah, happy birthday, Leos. I don't know if some of you Leos 720 is considered Leo season already. I'll have to look. I think usually it is, right? Like the 20th or something. So happy birthday, Leos, if it is, or you're on the cusp or whatever, right? Okay. So now. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I have the Copal. But maybe during something I said, it blew this way because it is blowing the other way. So maybe something on that at that moment it was like, hello. That's funny. Oh, see, now it's starting to come this way again. That's funny. Okay, so Leo. Let's see. Man, it felt like I hadn't done it all. Oh wow. I like this. Wow, and I was about to say that. Yeah, maybe protection right now is kind of the theme, and sure enough, set healthy boundaries. Number three, armadillo spirit. So maybe right now that's what it's about. I got chills with this one. So there's something with Leo having boundaries. So maybe you're a Cancer cusper and the same, right? You set boundaries and someone didn't like it. So let's see what the angels got to say. Maybe it'll be another one of like, hey, you're good. Don't worry. We got this, right? If someone tries to come at you, we got this. Don't worry. Wow, look at Hierophant. Wow. Haziel, the merciful God. Number nine. So yeah, maybe something came to an end. Divine forgiveness obtains friendship and favors of the great, secures promises. I don't know. Maybe Leo, there's something you had kind of gone a little off trail. I don't know why the saying off the reservation. I know that was an old saying for something. I don't know why that popped in my head, but yeah, maybe there's something you were like, nah, I'm doing this or that. And I guess that's the universe's way of knowing, I guess saying that you're good, right? All is forgiven if there's something that, let's see, what else does it say? Obtains friendship and favors of the great. Huh. Wow, interesting. Wow, okay. I don't know. I mean, let me know if that resonates. Leo, what else? Yeah, let me know if that resonates. Okay, so wow, okay, maybe there was a battle you were going through and you just felt exhausted and oh, 9-9, yeah. Maybe you felt you had to do something. Maybe you snapped at somebody. Maybe something was a little out of character, but it was because you were like at the end of this battle that you were just like, you know what, man, I don't got patience for this right now. And wow, let me see. Is this your energy or yeah, maybe there's some kind of either you're forgiving someone or you're being forgiven for something and there's kind of a wow. Cause this feels like something coming in right with an offer. This doesn't feel like your energy, but there's some kind of nostalgia there. So maybe, yeah, maybe there's a forgiveness of something and all right, let's start this again. Let's try this again. Maybe there was some kind of business situation, but justice is coming in, right? So whether you're forgiving someone or someone's forgiving you, or there's a mutual like, hey, I shouldn't have done this, hey, I shouldn't have done that. Something, yeah, justice, right? The scales are being balanced. So that's yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting that, Leo, but obviously nothing surprises me at this point. So maybe there's a little bit of that. I mean, Leo, right? Fire sign. Maybe there was you had a temper with something that's normal, or someone with you. I don't know, right? Maybe a Libra. Who knows? Wow, yeah. As I'm saying that, but it's funny because it's almost like that, literally in that order, right? Like for wait, from Three of Swords to Three of Cups, right? Like trading in those three swords for three cups. Let's celebrate now. All right. And there's that Libra. Wow. So maybe some of you did have a falling out with a Libra or something. Who knows? Hmm. Interesting. Um, yeah. Maybe right now, as Cancer season is ending, there's like a, mending of that kind of relationship, right? Putting all the burdens down. Like, you know what? This is enough, right? Whether you're in this King of Pentacles energy or someone that you're making amends with, right? And I think this is gonna reignite passions, right? I don't know. I don't know. This is a love situation with that three of swords, but it feels like there's something financial to do with it too, from these pentacles. So that's kind of I got chills with that. So maybe it was both, right? Like a relationship slash, huh? I don't know. Pretty interesting. All right, let's see. Could I pull one more? Okay, so what else is going on with this situation for Leo? What else do they need to know about this? I mean, it looks like everything's mending, so I feel like maybe that's the message. Maybe if for some of you, if it hasn't started mending yet, there's probably something that came up again during Mercury retrograde that it's being mended, or it will soon be. Yeah, I think it's just taking advantage of an opportunity, right? The Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, right? And there's more Pentacles, so I think it's definitely financial related, but who knows? Maybe there was something there underneath the surface, right? Maybe something like that, right? So, hmm. Maybe it'll be like a business relationship that eventually turns into something else. Who knows? It's kind of interesting. So, let's see, Leo. Wow, that was fast. Level up. So, I don't know. Maybe there was maturing that had to happen on both ends, right? Both parties. Congratulations, you've leveled up, and that's gonna help you mend these things, right? Look, it's almost like throwing down the game, see, because the controller and all this and that. I mean, I know it's about leveling up, like, but it's also reminds me of that, like no more games, like throwing that aside, and look at the money's at the top. Like this is gonna, I don't know, it feels like, and the star, wow, the star and the pentacles, right? It feels like this maturing or something is gonna lead to success, right? That's what I'm feeling. So, okay, seven, wow, yeah, divine number seven, right? Maybe you're August 4th, August 3rd, August 7th. Maybe you're 43, 34, or the person you were dealing with, right? Something like that. So, yeah, I like it. Let me know if that resonates. Leo, a smoky circle. Oh, wow, that's funny. Wow. Yeah, that happens a lot. Like sometimes if I'll get like a text message from one of my spiritual friends or something, my lights will start blinking or flickering. I mean, I don't know, it's crazy. It's always happened, like for a long time at least, right? For years. Like sometimes that's how I know the lights will flicker, and then I'll go look at my phone and I'll have gotten a text from like one of my spiritual friends, right? But it's only like them, right? When it's one of them. Okay. Leo, Virgo. All right. Virgo, let's see what wants to come through for you. Man, I can't believe it's already this hot right here. It's already, I mean, it's early where I'm at, but let me see. Virgo. Yeah, if you haven't, anyone watching that hasn't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Hey, Foster Town. Wow, perfect time. I think you're a Virgo, right? I'm getting Virgo right now. Oh, wow. Wow, that's funny. The yellow socks. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you're well. Wow. All right, so Virgo, we got the Rhino spirit. Overcome any obstacles. Wow. So maybe that goes with that, right? Like any obstacles will be overcome. That's funny. Number 50, Rhino spirit. So I guess that's the message right now. Wow, that's wow. It gave me chills too. I wasn't gonna, but I didn't realize this was right under the Rhino 21 Dove spirit. Be peace. I don't know. I feel like that's a beautiful extra message there. Like everything's okay. Be at peace. Overcoming any obstacles and being at peace. That's beautiful. Oh, and yeah, three and five. Oh, I don't know why I thought the I know how to three. Okay. Let me see. That gave me chills for some reason. That's crazy. Okay, let me see. What do the angels got to say? I feel like that dove kind of was no, just flew out. I don't know if you guys saw that one flew out. Five of Wands. I know this is usually conflict, but on this card, I think it's wait. Oh, I don't know if that guy's privates were hanging out. Five of Wands. God listening in concealment. Wow. Politics and ambition wins judgments and protects all those who seek the truth. Maybe you've been seeking the truth about stuff. So it's almost like that gives you favor, right? Like someone's been watching. It's almost like that thing where what popped in my head is, what do you do when no one's looking? It's kind of like that, like because someone's always looking. I feel like that's kind of like, yeah, maybe you actually are someone with integrity, right? And so that's always acknowledged by the universe. So that's beautiful, right? Let me know if that resonates, Virgo. Yeah, because that's one of those things, right? Are you the type of person that when nobody's looking, let me see what else for Virgo. Whoa, that's weird. Hmm. Okay, let me. Why? I feel like there's something. Maybe the universe is trying to be generous with you because the Empress came out in reverse and see the Six of Pentacles, right? So obviously, when the Empress is upright, it's like it's an abundant time. Everything's just you're like a magnet, right? But then the Queen of Swords came out, so that makes sense. Maybe you're guarded right now. You're not letting things flow, right? Maybe that's your excuse. You're like, well, this is me being responsible, right? I got things to do, this or that, or I got responsibilities. And the universe is like, yeah, but we're trying to hook it up. Even we're trying to be very generous because of that. Maybe they saw you're someone with integrity and they're like, hey, this is a good time, right? Like, let us do us, let us do what we do, right? And I don't know. It feels like maybe some of you Virgos are in this Queen of Swords. You're not realizing it even. So you're not letting the things flow naturally, right? So wow, look at as I lift up the deck, Ten of Pentacles. I mean Ten of Pentacles. Wow, maybe there's something there. Maybe Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups, and you're just not. Yeah, maybe you're guarded, right? It's always something from the past, right? Always past things or something that makes us guarded, right? So let me see what else. Anything else for Virgo, or that's kind of the message? I feel like the message is very to the point. Right now, maybe, yeah, be at peace, right? Like the dove. But if you're guarded, then yeah, things aren't gonna flow. Hmm. Maybe you're guarded because of a King of Wands, right? Or they're kind of wanting you to step into this end. It's wow. Maybe somehow being in this kind of energy will eventually, or is this the energy? Let me see. Let me clarify. I should have just stopped while I was ahead. Let me see. Uh okay. Is this King of Wands Virgo and Virgo's energy? Hmm. So maybe you were heartbroken by some kind of King of Wands energy, and that's what's been making you guarded, right? Because yeah, the right, it feels like, isn't it? Like face to face. Yeah. Huh? Maybe that's what made you guarded. King of Wands type energy. So yeah, bam, Three of Swords. So okay, maybe that's what it is. So For some of you Virgos, that's the story I'm seeing here. Let me know if that resonates. But yeah, the universe is trying to be generous with you. So maybe that, right? For the rest of July, just focus on that dove spirit, right? Being at peace, right? And with that rhino spirit, it's like you have nothing to worry about. Don't worry. Let the universe, you can overcome any obstacle, right? Yeah, it's a beautiful message, really. Let's see what else for Virgo. Whoa, manifest of what? Stop saying you're manifesting when you're really just daydreaming and avoiding action. I don't know. Is that you? I know, that does kind of, right? Like Virgo's trying to over dot, what is it? Over cross every T and dot every I. Maybe you're telling yourself that, no, 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 well, I just want to I want to make sure it's perfect before I do it, right? And then that's kind of the universe showing you that. Are you really, or is it an excuse because you're just like afraid or something, or right? So that's interesting that that's coming through. So maybe ask yourself that question. Are you really making sure everything's perfect, or are you more avoiding subconsciously, right? As a form of like, I don't know, protecting to make sure you're not disappointed, but how will you know, right? It is what it is. We all get we learn more from our failures than we do from, and it's not really a failure. I don't even like that saying, really. We learn more from our failures because it's really not a failure, it's just learning. It's the first part, right? Oh wow. Wow, interesting. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that. So for you, Virgo, 11. Wow, maybe that's significant to you, right? 9/11, 9/6, right? September 6th, September 11, September 5th. Maybe 65 is significant. Maybe you were born in 65. Maybe you're 65, 56, right? One of those things. Maybe you had like in that case, a family member who's with those numbers, 56, 65, something like that, right? So, yeah. On that note, I guess I'll go into who's that? Virgo, Virgo. Libra. Yeah, right. Libra's next. Okay, Libra. Libra. Who else? Who was getting the Libra messages? Whoa. Ah, that's funny because I was hearing them outside right now. Wow, it never fails. I love the parrots though. They're always like just happy, right? High vibrational. 45 parrot spirit. Watch your words. Uh-oh. So maybe it was a Libra that was. But oh, it was rekindling now, right? I forgot if it was with Leo or who it was with, but yeah, Parrot Spirit, watch your words. So there it is, Libra. Maybe right now, but take it how it resonates. I think usually for me, the parrot, it's like happy, right? Maybe your happiness might rub people the wrong way, but I would say who cares? But maybe that's the spirit world warning, like you don't need any more haters. It's fine, just chill, right? Maybe you don't need to spread all the good news if you have good things coming to you, Libra. Uh, Maybe it's a time to just kind of keep it more to your closer to your chest, right? Like one of those situations. All right. So, whoa. Wow, 5 of Cups. I know usually that one's like the sad one, but here I think it's different. 5 of Cups, Ve'u Aliyah, 43, God, King, and Ruler. Ah, what did I just say about holding it close to your chest? Out of all things, that was the wording I used. And look at her with her hand on her chest. Wow. That's crazy. Because I felt like I was going to say something else, and that's the phrasing. I was like, I never really say that, but ah, man, that's amazing. Prosperity. There it is, right? So playing that close to your chest. Like, don't give up all your happiness right now. Prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. So something has your back, right? The seven, right? 43-7. I love it. Wow. So yeah, you don't have to tell everybody right now because haters gonna hate, right? So don't tell everybody your good news. Wow, as I split the deck, five of cups again. So yeah, maybe someone's like, wow, I think this is gonna be for whoever's like hating on you. That's crazy. Five of cups and the tower. Because it says destruction of the enemy. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. So maybe that, wow, see, everything's like, see, on that end, it's saying watch your words because maybe, yeah, you're dealing with a win at all cost type person, Libra, and they're telling you, just don't even say nothing, right? That's crazy. Yeah. So I feel like they're just warning you, don't even engage in that. So maybe that, right? Things are going good for you. Why even lower yourself to someone else's level, right? Wow. Yeah. Feels like you've already been dealing with something with someone, right? And you made it through there. Like, forget it. You persevere. Don't deal with it anymore. And look at, I feel like the universe is about to bless you. So that's why they're like, wow, I got chills. Wow. It's probably a great time to be a Libra right now. Then I got like these crazy chills when I said that. So I don't know what you got going on, Libra. You don't even need to tell me because clearly that's the message, right? Maybe it's a time to keep it to yourself. The world. Wow. Success. Look at guaranteed success. Wow, that's why I had those little chills. Um, yeah, like what does it say? Recompensa is like a repayment, right? Or like um, it's like what's owed to you, right? Maybe you're traveling. Maybe yeah, traveling, changing homes, even what, right? Buying a new home, something. Buying land. It even says or selling land. That's interesting. But yeah, I guess things are going good. Just don't. I guess the message or the advice would be don't engage in anything with anybody else. Let them argue with themselves, right? Like, even in that five of swords, right? You just walk away, right? Whoever. That is crazy. Maybe that's why they're gonna want to fight because they feel like ten of swords. This doesn't feel like your energy. It feels like someone feels like you stabbed them in the back. Why? For walking away rather than like if someone sees you successful, that's how they're gonna feel. Like if you kept it a secret, but you did, right? So it's okay, like you were supposed to, right? Because yeah, the in this case, right, you had the power of free will and you knew to like keep your mouth shut or something, right? Triumph, victory, overcoming obstacles. Maybe you're a Virgo cusper, right? Overcoming the obstacles. Good news, all that good stuff, right? And there's that throat chakra, so it's almost like, wow, the parrots are going crazy right now. That's Yeah, because they're flying away now. Wow, that's funny. So yeah, that's kind of closing the message there. So thank you, little parrot spirit animals. And they even showed up in you for you in person. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. So maybe right now you do feel scared because things are gonna feel so good, and it's saying stop confusing passion with a panic attack. So things are coming in, allow them to. Like maybe you're gonna be because of everything from the past. So maybe there's could be a little bit of your energy, I guess, right? Or maybe everything you went through with someone. I don't think you completely feel ten of sorted or however you would say that, but maybe just dealing with people like that, you're gonna be a little more on guard. So I would say just right if the universe sends you something and you feel something, don't think it's just nah, maybe I'm just because there's something people say like, oh, when you feel butterflies, that's not a good thing, and I don't completely agree with that statement, right? Um, yeah, I don't completely agree. Yeah, right now I don't want to make this too long, but yeah. So that's the message for you, right? Allow, right? So I would say allow for the universe to do its magic, right? Work its magic. Okay, so you got 3 and 1, so maybe you're October 4th, October 3rd, October 1st, October 13th, right? There it is, that death and rebirth, right? So you had to let things die with whoever you were dealing with, right? Or people you were dealing with, however that went, right? So okay, on that note, Libra, let me move to Scorpio. Man, it got hot here. I feel like, yeah, it's all good though. What else? What else? Okay. Spirit, let me see. Oh, your grandma was 9/11, Brittany? Wow. Happy, oh no, it's not that yet, right? But oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, the animals is always one of my favorite things, because they don't have any hidden agenda, right? It's especially when they're delivering messages, bam, they are the way they show up, that's the message that's being delivered, right? So 62 turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So Scorpio, maybe you've been putting your like pressure on yourself lately, right? I had this sad story of someone told me they went to another country and they ate one of these turtles, and we all kind of teased them, but we knew that they felt bad about it, so we kind of left. Like, what? You ate? Oh, I didn't know, and this and that. And it was like, man, you ate a freaking poor sea turtle. Like, I don't know. I guess it's a delicacy, right? And all this stuff, but that's sad. I was like, oh man, poor sea turtles. What is it? Aren't they in? Are they in Finding Nemo or something? I don't know. But anyways, I don't know why that reminded me. Okay, so anyway, Scorpio, turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Don't eat no sea turtles. That's messed up. Okay. Oh man. Okay, let me see. Turtle spirit. Whoa. Okay. So Scorpio. These. I think they kind of look naked. They're like three little angels. So, oh, the sun. Wow. Scorpio, the sun. Maybe that's why, right? Slow, and maybe it's a little bit about enjoying that sunshine on your back. That's crazy, right? Hmm. The sun, Mehiel. 64 to 10. The vivifying God, restoration of life, protection from adversaries. I can't read. Rabies? What? Am I reading that right? Rabies and wild beast protection. Oh wow, who puts that in a card? Protection from rabies? Did you get bit recently or something? That is crazy. Protection for people with rabies. That's kind of funny. Maybe they're saying like people sometimes act like they got rabies. I don't know. That's crazy. But here we are talking about animals, liking animals and wild beasts. So yeah, maybe just be careful if you're out, if you're a nature person, right? If you're out there, like hiking and all that stuff, right? But just know you're protected at the same time. So like be careful, but you're protected too. Oh wow, and even with the shell, right? So it is kind of like no matter where you go, you're protected. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, Scorpio. So here we go with that. Let me see. And don't eat sea turtle. That's just crazy. Wow. The sun. That's why the sun came out. The Wheel of Fortune and the star. Jeez. I don't know what you got going on, Scorpio, but it's a good time to be a Scorpio, I guess. Esperanza, hope, right? Hope, help. Oh, maybe you're getting unexpected help. That's why the reminder that you're protected, right? From rabies. No, that's crazy. A huge love, right? A huge love will be given and received. Maybe there'll be like a reciprocal kind of love. I don't know. I've never really read that with the star card. That's so funny. Flexibility, good health. Wow, this is a totally spiritual card, it says. That's crazy. I know I've read that before, but the other thing I hadn't. That's crazy. So great love will be given and received. So it's almost like that Two of Cups kind of energy. Whoa, that one just flew. Wow, okay, maybe you're connecting with a King of Cups, a fellow water sign, or maybe that's you right now, being very emotionally intelligent and creative, right? Wow. Let me see what else. Yeah, maybe like a new offer. Maybe it'll start off. It'll seem very simple, but I feel like that's gonna lead. Let's see if that comes, because I feel like that's gonna lead to something. Like something unexpected is gonna lead to that kind of huge, like the success, right? Maybe yeah, maybe you'll start something on online or something, or right? Because the star obviously being in the public eye. I don't know about this energy. Maybe you dealt with something in the past. I would say be careful with that. Someone watching you, because look at how this card is like something very boom locked in, right? It might be a little of both. Maybe you're also in the King of Swords energy, being very analytical and logical at this time, but at the same time, I don't know. There's something because with you, everything feels very to the point, and here's this Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords energy. I feel like this is something from your past you're dealing with, and if it's not, then just be careful with that because once you start blowing up, glowing up, here come things trying to capitalize on that, right? Like, oh, hey, remember me? Because this one, even, right? The Page of Swords, what is it? It's someone that didn't care about your feelings, right? Maybe you were being juggled by this person at some point. I don't feel like that's your energy of juggling. If it is, well, hey, you know yourself better than I would say stop juggling things and focus on the one, right? Choose your pinnacle, the way you're gonna go because yeah, wow, yeah. Look at that. Choose which way you're gonna go and start creating. Yeah, that gave me chills. So I feel like this could be a amazingly abundant time for you. All right, I'll pull one more because I don't know. I picked up the deck, so yeah. Be optimistic. Pick up that wand, right? Start creating. Like approach whatever you're gonna approach, right? This new venture with like all the optimism, right? And then you're in this creative energy right now. Look at that solar plexus cape, right? Like there's a lot of yellow, so maybe you know who you are. Wow, there is a wow. I didn't even realize it. The magician too, right? A lot of solar plexus energy. So you're very confident in who you are at this time, and you know what you want to create. So do it, right? That's simple. Okay, so wow, 44 Scorpio, 8, right? So maybe this is part of that karmic thing, right? And look at the little 8 on the magician. It feels like just that's like that confirmation, right? So maybe this was like destined, right? Because of things you've invested in or just that. It's like the karmic wheel, right? The wheel of fortune now turning in your favor. It's time. So maybe you're November 4th, November 8th, maybe you're 44, right? Maybe that's significant for some reason. 8, November 8th, right? Did I say that already? I think I did, right? So, okay, on that note, I'll go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What did I do? I went straight. Wow, I did it different today. I like, man, I still got a few. I didn't even get to Gemini yet or nothing, right? That's crazy. All right. Well, it is what it is. So, what am I? Yeah, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay. Let me just keep it going. Sagittarius. I like when it takes a while. Wow, sometimes. What? Really? Well, I guess. Yeah. If that's what came out, that's what came out. Interesting. Hmm. You also got the armadillo spirit. Who got that? How? Oh, it said okay. That makes sense. Wow, I think it was your your yeah, Leo, your fellow fire sign that got that set healthy boundaries. So maybe that's something right now with fire, armadillo spirit, Sagittarius, set healthy boundaries. Wow, okay. That's what came out. Yeah, maybe because fire signs, right? You usually, yeah, very carefree, very fiery. You don't worry too much about the boundaries until it's kind of after, right? And then it's like, oh man. So let's see, Sagittarius. What else? What do they? Oh, okay. Wow. And look at this angel's holding up their sword, like Knight of Swords. Yeah. So maybe that's important right now. Harahael. Harahel. What is that? 59. The all pervading God. Maybe that protecting your heart, even or something. Setting healthy boundaries. Intellectual richness protects fertility of women. Wow. Protects fertility of women. Makes children respectful toward their parents. Ooh, I got these cold chills. I don't know. Maybe someone's been trying to send you some bad juju, and this is telling you that you're protected from that. The fertility, imagine. I don't know. That literally came in my head, like someone trying. I'm getting these crazy cold chills, like someone trying to mess with your fertility. Man, that's kind of sick in the head right there. I don't know. I would definitely don't think that message has ever came out. Okay, let's go into this. Man, I got the coldest chills with that message. Wow, maybe there has been something, right? Nine, and that adds up to, oh no, it's 59. Ooh, my crown is lighting up now. Huh. Maybe there's been something there. Worries, negativity. Wow, Sagittarius, what in the world? But look at judgment. So maybe, I don't know. If someone was trying to, it feels like, that's being reversed, right? If someone was trying to do something, the judgment, right? Man. And that's the crown chakra. My crown was doing the tingly stuff. Hmm. Wasn't expecting. Oh, wow. Set healthy boundaries. So be careful, right? Don't accept gifts from somebody, right? Don't people that act like they're your friends, all this stuff, when it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah, just wow, I feel like things are gonna be changing because yeah, whatever you were going through, judgment and justice, dude, you can't make that up. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like whatever's, like without you even doing something, like things are gonna be sent back to anyone that was trying to. Ooh, I'm getting the coldest chills. That's insane, man. And look at celebration. I heard that song celebrate. Isn't that Madonna or something? That's crazy, but it sounds good in my head right now, so I feel like listening to it. Freaking Madonna. Celebrate. Abundance, placer, pleasure, hospitality, success, all the good stuff, right? Even wedding, it says. So yeah, maybe someone was trying to like they were hating sending you bad stuff. Maybe that was part of it. Well, how can you conceive if you're like single, right? Maybe that wedding, or maybe you meet someone at a wedding or something, right? Yeah, that was an interesting message. I heard that song. I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. What is that? Oh, the Humpty Dance, right? Maybe they're gonna play the Humpty Dance in at the wedding or something that you're gonna meet someone at. So that's very specific. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's saying you're gonna go to the bathroom with someone you meet there. So be careful if you don't want to get knocked up like that. That was just crazy that that came through, but that came through. So Sagittarius, interesting. The moon. So it feels like the illusion's gonna crumble, right? Maybe something was even making you believe that, and so it kind of manifested because someone was sending stuff your way. Like, I don't know, that's crazy, but it looks like you've had the strength. Look at that eight too, right? Like the karmic thing, right? I feel like everything's gonna like that whole kind of return to sender without you even having to. I can feel it. Yeah, it's weird. Almost like something doesn't want me saying this stuff. Interesting. All right, damn. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Wow. See, like everything being returned, like someone that tried to, like them just going down the hill, downhill, right? Because they were trying to send. Yeah, I don't know why people. I always say like all that energy you spend hating on someone, you could be creating your own little empire or big empire, however, right? There's no reason to like. It's really stupid. I don't know how else to put it. I can't really even be nice about that. But whatever. Sh- Maybe it's hey, I feel like this is deserved, right? If you're, or maybe this was this person, right? They thought they were more than what they were. Uh, right? Like they were like, yeah, I'm this person that could do all this. And maybe it looked like for a while stuff was happening, so they felt very, and then hey, when that universe gets its get back, right? I feel like this is your energy. My gut's lighting up as I'm saying that, so But maybe it will be, but just yeah, be you don't have to brag about it or nothing. Just be humble about whatever. Just know you're protected, right? I don't think like there's anything you need to worry about. That was a very interesting reading. That was very interesting. So seven, yeah, there's that divine number, right? Seven. I feel like that kind of just confirms everything. So maybe you're December 3rd, December 4th, December 7th, maybe 34 is significant, 43 is significant, right? So, yeah. What did I miss? Let me see. Oh, you said your right ear is ringing? Ah, yeah, that's always an indicator, right? Yeah, yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah. You said O'Doyle? Is that like from the Adam Sandler movie or something? Yeah, that's crazy though. But there's people like that. It's man, I've seen it, so I know like like people that get filled with like this obsessive hate. I had friends, when I was younger, I had friends, I had this, gangster friend that was like, I'm a hater, and this, and he was like proud of it, right? He's like, no, man, I'm a hater. Like he just hated on everybody, like, right? He didn't want to see people doing good, and he was open about it. I mean, he never really, I knew him since we were young in high school, so he never really. you know? But damn, now that I'm just saying that right now, that's crazy because that this thing, and I'm holding it, he literally ended up homeless. He was homeless on the streets. That is crazy. Wow. 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 Damn. Okay. Wow. That is crazy. So, hey, maybe that's a warning if there's any cross watchers with that hater energy. Yeah. You know, literally the example that pops in my head. And, yeah, that friend after, yeah, that's it. I would see him on the streets, right? Like he was gone and then homeless on the streets, right? I wouldn't have thought because at one point, right, he was doing good. He was doing good. Like he had a Mercedes, everything. Like for us being young, right? He was doing good. Next thing you know, uh, all that stuff, right? Like, yeah. So, anyways, okay, wow, okay, interesting. So let me see. Let's go to. That's funny, yeah. O'Doyle. O'Doyle rules. Okay, so Sagittarius, Capricorn. Snake spirit, Capricorn, 55. To me, snakes are very healing. Oh, time to heal. Duh. Yeah, so, 10, right? Complete. Maybe something's complete and now it's time to heal, right? Shedding of the old skin. So many meetings to that. So, Capricorn, this is, to me, it's always beautiful, right? The snake. For me, it doesn't have that negative thing that it's more like in Western culture, right? To me, the snake is always about. Well, even in the Bible, right? When I think it's Moses puts the snake on a staff and is like, anyone that wants to heal, stare at the snake, and that's how people are healed, right? And that's per God giving that to Moses to heal people, right? So the snake has always been a healer. I don't know even on the Caduceus, right? So I don't know where he gets all that stuff about. I know that, right? Like the snake, like people can be snakes and all that stuff, but yeah. So, anyways, for you right now, it's about healing. Whoa, 5 of Wands again? Wow. And I shuffled the blank out of that deck right now. God listening in yeah, so maybe you have been making the right decisions, right? Well, maybe it's a reminder because I didn't even think about it. It's not necessarily saying it's just saying a reminder, like, hey, God protects all those that seek the truth. So maybe if you're healing from something and now maybe you're changing, if you weren't like that and now you're changing your perspective or something, it's a reminder, hey, if you're being righteous, like you're gonna be protected, right? Especially if you're more like a truth seeker or something, right? Something like that. My throat's kind of firing up with that, so I don't know. You guys, what side of the fence are you on, Capricorn? I feel like there's a half and half there. Some of you like that message, some of you don't. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. See, it feels like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of action coming in quick, or that's why right now maybe it's time to heal because when things start moving, they're gonna start moving. And it's almost like if you're not in a good vibration, you're gonna be stuck in some kind. Maybe there was a lesson that you learned. That's why you're healing right now, right? And things are gonna start moving fast. You're gonna have new opportunities. But if you're in the poopy pants mode, right? Look at Cancer. Maybe right now, as Cancer season is ending. Wow, there's that throat chakra, right? What was I saying? Half of you like the message, half of you don't. And there it is, the throat chakra, right? Wow, that's so funny. So be careful that this isn't you, right? Be careful that this isn't you, right? Being mean because maybe a previous heartbreak or something. Make sure you're not the one breaking hearts over here, right? Stabbing people in the heart with your words, even. right? So if this is you, maybe you're healing from a heartbreak, so be careful that you're not hurt, hurt people, right? So don't do that, because then, yeah, then things aren't gonna move for you, right? Yeah, rather than be right in that, I mean, I hate to say it that way, but yeah, rather than be bitter, because I get it, things can, heartbreaks, wow, three swords through the heart. Why wouldn't that make someone bitter, right? Why wouldn't that make someone angry and want to lash out, right? And not care about anybody else's feelings because you're like, well, someone hurt my feelings, so I'm gonna tear other people apart, right? But instead, you could be using this time to plan, right? Look ahead, plan, choose, right? Choose that one, the direction you're gonna go in. I think it'll be a prosperous time. Eventually, well, actually, yeah, the Four of Pentacles came out first, so maybe that'll lead you into that King of Pentacles, right? A successful person that's good with business and everything, right? You're Capricorns, and there you are, right? So you guys are great with careers and focusing on work and this and that. So I feel like if you use that energy in that way, you know, rather than lashing out at people, the universe will have your back. And if you're instead, maybe you'll still be successful, but I think it'll be harder, is what I'm getting, right? And eventually, I think new love is gonna find you, whether you want it or not, right? That's why. Look at that. It's yeah, when that new offer comes in, you could turn it away, right? There's that one cup, right, coming in. You're gonna be like, no, I already had these three heartbreaks, right? Three swords, three swords, three cups that didn't work out. Whether it was with the same person or three different people, but you're like, no. But there comes that new cup. And look at the parrots came back. They're over there. That's really rare, right? That wow, they came back. So that's pretty crazy. Usually I'll see them maybe once or twice a day, but like spread out. Like in the morning, then way and afternoon, right? But yeah, I hear them again. They came back. So yeah. And so I think you're going to get a new, right? All this is going to lead to that, right? Like the Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, right? And I like that this is kind of the end to that, is that you have the power and strength of free will. So this is all, and there's that throat chakra again, right? You can speak kindly, right? Or you can just throw caution to the wind and be like, you know what, I was hurt, so I'm just gonna be an a-hole or a-holette and ruin opportunities, right? Burn bridges, lash out at people because I was hurt, and I'm not willing to let go of that, right? So that's the message, Capricorn. I know, like I've said it before, right? Capricorns could be some of the most stubborn people that I've met, but sometimes it's an amazing thing, right? Because when you use that stubbornness for work or something like that, you can be very successful in what you want to accomplish, right? So it's not a bad thing always to be stubborn, but in this case, wow, look at, and this came out. So I feel like that's just the confirmation during this retrograde. Look at, yes, the retrograde is real. No, it's not responsible for all your BS. So in case you're like, why it was a retrograde, that's why I was lashing out at people. Bad decisions, late to work, texted X, lost keys, whatever thing you've been doing. Maybe you went back to an ex and that didn't work out and now you're mad, but it was your choice all along. So, right? Stuff like that. You're late to work because something, right? Maybe that was something you used to do in the past and who knows, started staying out late or doing things that made you late to work, and then you want to blame Mercury retrograde, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Wow. And look at, man, when they wrap it all up like in a nice little bow or sandwich like that, the first thing that came out, And 5 5, right, is a number of change, but also completion. Snake spirit, and look at the dice. Snake eyes. Wow. That's amazing, right? So maybe Capricorn, you're January 1st, January 11th, right? 1 1 1. No, 1 1 1 1, or I don't know, whatever. You guys get it. So yeah, that's right. January 1st, January 11th. Maybe that's significant, right? Snake eyes. Wow. So yeah, I like the way that whole message is wrapped up. It started with the snake, the healing. So maybe it's a reminder, heal that so you don't go and mess things up for yourself. Heal whatever hurt you had, those three of swords and all that, so you don't mess up opportunities for yourself because the universe is going to throw some things at you in a good way. And it's up to you, right? If you want to heal or be stubborn. So on that note, let me see. After Capricorn, we have let me see real quick. What did I miss? Uh, Kundalini awakening. Yeah, right. Maybe you're going through that. Maybe that's part of the healing. Capricorn, you might be going through Kundalini awakening, even, right? So that makes sense. All right. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, thank you for being honest, Brittany. So yeah, that's funny that you say you don't like anything. Well, cause okay, I don't think it's the universe's idea. I think it's your higher self's idea, and they're just trying to tell you that. So it's kind of crazy if you're stubborn about like the universe trying to throw you a bone. Then that's interesting, right? Yeah. If you know better, do better. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Capricorn, Aquarius, right? Okay. Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Let's see what Aquarius, what spirit animal wants to come out for Aquarius. I mean, the only creepy reading today was the Sagittarius one. That's been it so far. Wow, Aquarius. I love this. Have I ever seen one in person? Maybe at a pet store or something. The seahorse spirit. 53, which adds up to 8. So maybe there's going to be some kind of things balancing out in this reading. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Wow. Okay. See? So maybe it's kind of your due, right? Like the wheels of fortune are going to be turning in your favor because maybe you already did the work, Aquarius. So watch and wait. I like that. I know the seahorse is one of those, right? They actually, maybe you had to do things alone, right? Maybe you're a single parent, right? Because I know the seahorses, right? They reproduce on their own. So maybe that's been a thing. It's been a challenge for you, Aquarius. Maybe you've been like a single parent and you're like, oh man, I'm tired of this and all this. But maybe the universe is about to make things right, you know? Let's see. Whoa. Wow, yeah. Well, this is the fool. The fool is the leap of faith, but let me see. It's not naked, but I don't want the YouTube to think it is. The fool Vehu Ia number one. Wow, so in here it's not the zero, it's the one. Interesting, but yeah, starting something new, maybe will and new beginnings. Assist with difficult and great undertakings. Wow. And what did I say? Maybe that. And there's the one, right? And I said single parent one. So maybe you've been, yeah, doing something all alone, right? Feeling like, oh man, I'm tired of doing this stuff alone. Maybe a business partnership, maybe getting an assistant with something, who knows? But we're about to find out. And that's why it's funny. I said, like, did I just say who knows? But yeah, here we are doing a reading. That's funny. Okay. So, Aquarius, all right. So it looks like, wow, well, what is that about? I love it when yeah, well, there it is. Wow. So maybe you've been a little confused, right? Or try not to be if all of a sudden you start getting all these situations happening. I almost feel like it would be kind of a test, right? I know it's weird. You're like, what if I'm going through all this and I got chills as I said that? Like the universe would still test me. Sometimes they just want to know that you learned your lesson or that you're sure of what you want. Because what's the point of, you're over here all the time, oh, if I only had help or I only had this. And you're very specific on what you ask for, right? When you're asking for something, you're very specific. So then when you get all these things, why wouldn't you already know what you want if you've been asking for a certain thing, right? So when these other distractions come in, how do you not know what you want? So sometimes, yeah, the universe will throw in a little test, right? And it's seven, right? So it's not, it's a divine number, but yeah. So sometimes we get tested like that. And look at the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like that could turn in, right? Like it's what's owed to you. But if you're unsure about it, it could all like, like that devil, right? Getting run over, right? Like that. It's like, let's say since it's cups, right? Let's say it's a love thing, right? All of a sudden you have the person, but then you're like, oh, there's this other option. The lust thing comes in, or this person has money and you don't really care about them or love them, but hey, this is, I could use this from this person or use that from that person or this or that. And you're like, didn't you say you wanted this and now you got this? And what, you're like, the universe is like, really? Okay, all right. So, anyways, and look at the end what came out. Wow, I got chills. The Ten of Cups. So choose wisely, right? Like that thing in Indiana Jones, which is that cup, right? And it's like that old knight says, like, choose wisely, right? So yeah, I think you're like on the precipice of being blessed, but it still has to do with you, right? I know you're like probably like, man, I don't want to freaking get tested. This came out sideways, so that's interesting. Maybe it's on you right now. Maybe you've been in a hurt, or they're asking you to go to hermit mode. I feel like the fact that it came out sideways is like maybe you don't want to take the time to search within and know, right? Maybe you're kind of like, no, I have too much going on to really take the time to look within and this and that. But I feel like those that'll give you the perfect answers to if you are right, if you're up in your head and confused, right? Because for all the tens that came out, and this nine being sideways, right? And then what's next? 10, right? But you're not really taking the time to go into that nine, right? Really looking within. So for some of you, if you're on the fence, maybe that's why it came out because it's half and half of you, right? Aquarius. So yeah, my whole crown's kind of lighting up. So I feel like that's the message there. Yeah, wow, the whole crown, right? So yeah, that's what it takes for you to really kind of get that light bulb moment, right? And it's funny that's the third eye, but my whole crown started tingling, so I don't know. That's what I get there. Yeah, look at wishes granted, work, like maybe first it'll be like to focus on work, just keep I know maybe you feel exhausted, but just keep going. And if you look at it, right, because that seven of cups is what seven, and then wait on this. Wait, I know it's reversed on the screen, so I'm like seven, eight, nine, right? So it's like the natural progression, right? Make a choice, then just stick to it, right? Maybe it was a work thing you were asking for. All of a sudden, then it's like, okay, you got it. Here it is. It's gonna be hard work though, even though you feel exhausted. And then at the end, right, wishes granted. So yeah. Wishes granted. Watch and wait. Yeah, watch and wait. Hmm. Yeah. So maybe you did, right? You walked away from all the conflict, all the drama, and maybe there was some doubts in that. Like, man, yeah, it's like starting over, but it was better than all the BS, right? You can't put a price on peace, really, at the end of the day. Maybe that was your wish, right? Like part of your wish, like you just wanted peace. And it feels like that after you walked away, like you are. That's why watch and wait. Like you did make the right choice, and obviously, right, you're gonna be more abundant after my crown lit up. So yeah, mm, yeah, okay. I think yeah, I don't need to put anything else for that. Let me see. It reminded me right now because I posted this short on my other page. I'll start posting them here because I made some shorts for this Oracle deck that I made, right? That I'll start selling soon. And the last one I did was about the fates, and I like when I posted it. This other short came up on my feed about they explained the fates and how the fates they already see the road, but it doesn't mean your free will was taken. They see where the roads you choose are gonna head, right? They could already see that, but you still have like the power of the free will. And I know it's hard to understand sometimes, like in the human sense, but it made sense to me. I don't know. That popped in my head. Anyways, and that's fine. Maybe, yeah, you've been healing in private, right? And that's okay. Not every shadow work session needs a public announcement, right? Or in the past, if you were someone that would post things, like maybe this time you're doing it differently. You're like, you know what? Let me just do this alone and my healing, my trauma, my healing. Or it could be the opposite. Maybe they're telling you too. Maybe it's okay to rely on others at this time. I don't know. Take it how it resonates, right? That's kind of what I'm getting there. I think the fact that that came through, like, take it how it resonates, maybe it's a half and half thing. Some of you, maybe you do have to rely, like, not rely, but know that you have a community that's going to help you heal. Or some of you, yeah, this time around, it's time to, like, just do it on your own, right? So, okay. So, eight. Wow. What did I say? What did I say about that? You can't make that up because this was eight, right? I said everything's coming around. Wow. The little sandwich, and here's the eight, right? 62. So maybe you're February 6th, February 8th, maybe you're 28, right? Maybe you're I don't know. Well, that would be January 28th would still be Aquarius, right? Um yeah, maybe those numbers mean something. So, yeah, on that note, Aquarius, thank you. Who else? Is it Pisces now? Aquarius, Pisces, right? And usually it'd be last but not least Pisces, but this time, since I started differently, let me see, what did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, posting less than Facebook. I've never been a Facebook person, so because when Facebook came out, I was huge on MySpace, right? I had like over 45,000 people on MySpace because I was trying to promote my music, everything. And then when Facebook came out, I just never got into it. I skipped Facebook, and then I got back into social media with IG. But then I know at first when it came out, I would delete my things here and there. But yeah. Let me see. What else did you say? These fickle, subtle words confuse me. Maybe that's the universe talking there. Is that a Dave Matthews song? All right, so Pisces. Let's go ahead and get into Pisces. Yeah, because I still got Pisces, Aries. Man, wow. I really either I'm going slow or it threw me off because I thought because since I started differently, I didn't go backwards. I just kept going from Cancer. That's funny. Whoa. So Pisces, cat spirit, 13. Maybe there has been, right? The 13 is the death and rebirth kind of thing. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Wow, death and rebirth. Yeah. Maybe you were kind of bound to things, right? And you're having a whole little death and rebirth situation going on. So Pisces, cat spirit. I like this cat too. This cat's awesome. 13. Okay. Um, cat spirit for Pisces. Spirit. Okay, what angel message? Okay. The Empress. Wow. And this looks like a little Empress type cat, huh? Claim your independence. The Empress, Mijael. Godfather, the generous. Looking, and it's almost like turning poison to wine or something, right? Fertility and fruitfulness assures peace between married couples. Wow. So maybe if you've been, but that's funny, right? Maybe the peace was becoming independent. Who knows? Married couples. So maybe within that relationship, it's like, hey, we could be together, but we're both independent, or maybe walking away completely. I guess we'll find out if you completely walked away from something, or there was something within that relationship that you were able to come to kind of a mutual understanding. Let's see what comes through for Pisces. Wow, maybe some of you did. Yeah. See, like looking towards other horizons, I feel like. And then, yeah, hope that there's something else out there. Maybe you're an Aquarius cusper. Maybe you're an Aries cusper, right? Wow, you're right in the middle of both of those, huh? And it's funny, right? Because they're both, the way I grabbed it is they're both facing opposite directions. So maybe some of you went this way, some of you went that way, but you all went some way. But this one's not moving yet, so who knows? Some of you Pisces are probably still in like a planning phase. Or maybe that, right? Like first you bounced, right? First you just bounced, and maybe now you're in the planning phase. Okay, what else for Pisces? Pisces claiming their independence. Yeah, maybe it's there you are. Maybe it's part of trusting your intuition. Maybe you have an idea, right? You feel like there's something that's gonna lead you towards that Ten of Pentacles. And that's what you're going for, right? Look at like someone, right? The fact that you got haters right there, that means that you're you're doing it, right? You're making it happen. That's when the haters come out. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Hmm. So just be careful, I guess, with things from the past trying to come back in. I feel like you're probably yeah, to get to that Ten of Pentacles, I think you're just gonna trust your intuition. Something's gonna tell you when to take action, and you're gonna do it, right? Maybe right now that's why you're planning, because when the time comes, you're gonna know. Boom. Okay, now that's what I feel like. It's you're gonna take the advantage of an opportunity. Yeah, that's funny. You're gonna take advantage of an opportunity, right? I think that's half and half. Because for some of you, I feel like be careful with something else, not trying to take advantage of when they see, okay, you're doing good now, let me try to run back in here. And for some of you, you're gonna take advantage of an opportunity, right? So, okay. What else for Pisces? Wow, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, maybe you did. Obviously, you had to walk away because of a heartbreak, right? But for some of you, that's why it's like, yeah, make sure you don't stay stuck, right? Maybe you were in this energy and now that's why you had to like kind of stop and see things first, plan it out. March 4th, huh? That's funny. For you to March 4th, you really have to, right when the universe starts. Wow, maybe some of you are stuck on all this, or you were, right? Maybe you're coming out of this energy. All the old conflict, like, had you up in your head. So, someone, like I said, if someone from the past tries to come up again and don't even entertain it, because then it'll put you back into that vibration of, yeah, if my solar plexus is doing something. So, it's almost like it'll affect your confidence, right? And it'll make you enact, like you won't take action. So I think Be careful with that because my solar plexus was doing something. It didn't feel nice and vibrant and healthy. It felt more like an more unhealthy kind of interesting. See? Something doesn't want me to share that. So be careful with that. Right? So okay. Yeah. Look at you can't make that up. Be optimistic, right? And that looks like this person, right? Choosing their wand. Oh, who said earlier about the yellow socks, right? Yellow boots, yellow socks. I think it was Foster Town, right? That's funny. So that, right? Be optimistic. Throw your yellow boots on, yellow socks, and yeah, move forward, right? So I think that's the message. Let me see. I think it's this one in reverse. Okay. Ah, I love that. Your ancestors did not survive plagues for you to text your ex. So what did I say? Be careful, right? Be careful. Wow, that's amazing. Don't. Hey, I miss you. Your ancestors did not survive plagues for you to text your ex. That's deep. See, it'll affect like your that right, who you are, your essence, all that. That's why I felt that with the solar plexus. So that makes sense. Okay, so 10, yeah, something's complete. Please move forward, right? So you might be March 6th, March 4th. What did I that had stood out to me? That's so funny. The March 4th, March 10th, right? So whichever one of those resonates. 64 might be significant, right? Maybe you like 6'4" Impalas. Maybe it's one of those put on some gangster rap and handle it kind of thing. Cruising down the street in my 6'4". 46 might be significant, right? So all that good stuff. Okay. So on that note, Aries, right? Okay, I gotta speed it up. Aries. Yeah, yellow. That's funny. Okay, okay. So Aries, Taurus, and then Gemini, huh? Okay, I'm gonna go through this kind of fast. So yeah, let me see. So Aries, spirit animal. Wow. Let spirit be your guide. 32 adds up to 5. Let spirit be your guide. So maybe they're communicating with you. Maybe you're seeing hawks everywhere, right? That's them trying to get your attention, right? They're trying to get your attention. So pay attention. Let spirit be your guide, right? The hawk has the vision, right? It sees everything. That's when you can step back and see the big picture of things, right? Wow, look at that. The star. They're trying to guide you. God the just. And there's 32 again. You can't make that up. 32 and 32. Imagine in a deck of all those numbers, 32 comes out twice. Let spirit be your guide. The star, right? Clemency and equilibrium protects against attacks in the courts. I don't know, maybe you've been going through a court situation. If you let spirit be your guide, they got your back, right? Maybe someone took you to court for something. But there's a reason, there's a lesson, right? That's why the hawk spirit, you're supposed to learn something from it. So that's interesting, right? There's gonna be something you're gonna learn from this situation. Let spirit be your guide. Clemency, right? Clemency is like forgiveness, right? So maybe you're being forgiven for something. There's a big picture to this, right? Because you're meant to learn something. I keep getting that. So you're meant to learn something. Wow, the high priestess. See, maybe they're trying to push you into that, right? Maybe you've been neglecting who you're meant to be. Look at patience, confidence, discretion, stability, emotional. Oh, emotional stability. Ah, maybe right. Be more balanced in your emotions. Wishes granted, right? Maybe it's part of that. You've been carrying all these burdens, and maybe that's part of this court thing. But they're trying to guide you, right? Maybe you weren't listening to your intuition. You're too focused on material things. and they're trying to show you, right? Like people forget that this world, what we're in, it's like it's all an illusion, right? Like it doesn't matter in the great scheme of things. I know it matters while we're here. We think it matters. My throat. I don't know who doesn't like that message, but hey, maybe it's someone that's still stuck on the material things, and you're like, I don't want to hear that. I love my material world. You're a material girl living in a material. Damn, what's up with Madonna coming through today? I hope she didn't pass away or something. Madonna's over here freaking communicating in a material world. I don't know. Da-da and something. Damn, I'm gonna be bumping Madonna after this. That's crazy. I forgot what was the other Madonna song that came through. The Magician. You got the ability. There's that throat chakra. You got the ability to speak things into existence. But yeah, who wants right? Like some people don't want to choose the spiritual walk, right? Like the walk of let spirit be your guide. And who knows? Maybe there's some areas that are still kind of stuck with that, right? But hey, that's you. That's your choice, right? It's your choice. Free will, all that good stuff. So feels like someone's been trying to get pushed in that direction, but whoa, that one just did a whole flip. Wow, responsibility. You can't make that stuff up. See? Wow, my stomach is growling big time. So okay, let me hurry up. So yeah, some of you don't want to take that responsibility. It's fine. Free will, all that good stuff. But some of you, that's the message. Let spirit be your guide. Hawk spirit. I don't know why you wouldn't want to see the big picture of things. My whole gut's lighting up. So don't shoot the messenger, right? Wow, trust the problem. Maybe you're just an impatient person. That makes sense, right? Trust the process, but maybe also speed it up a bit. I don't know if that's you telling the spirit world, like, fine, I'm trusting, but hurry up or something. And it's like, come on, like, and all those things are meant to teach you something, right? That's what I kept right in the beginning. There's something you're supposed to learn from it. Because sometimes it's about filling in the gaps, right? When you're doing or waiting for something, you can be utilizing that time to do other things, right? If you're a creative person, right? You could paint, you could write, you could draw, you could this, you could that. And while you're waiting on other things, right? And then I feel like it's something that you're gonna do that's gonna help others. So why, right? But there's something that, right? Maybe it's too. That's the lesson. That Madonna song came out for some reason. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up the lyrics after, but there's something that with that material world, blah blah blah, blue blue blue. Oh, celebrate. Was that the other song I said? Celebrate. That's funny. Wow, look at that. Snake Eyes. I forgot what since that the second time it came out. Maybe you're 4-2, 4-11, 4-1-1. Wow, this was the 4-1-1. Isn't that what I named this whole reading? 4-1. What's the 4-1-1? Wow, so that was the 4-1-1 for you, Aries. I gotta look it up real quick just because since it came out twice already. Snake Eyes. Let me see. Spiritual meaning. Spiritual snake eyes describes the look people give when admiration is mixed with resentment or hidden intent. See, I don't know. Is that you looking, giving the snake eyes to the spirit world? Like, yeah, okay, fine, I trust you, but hurry up. You both admire and resent at the same time, so be careful that's not you. The gaze can feel deceitful, like a snake watching from the corner of a room, openly watching you, waiting for an opening. I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. So that's the 411 message, right? I feel like you're very blessed spiritually, right? The high priestess, the magician, you know, wishes granted, even, right? Let spirit be your guide. I think it's maybe half of you, right? Because I even kind of got a headache with that. Like, why not? I don't know. Some of you are maybe having trouble surrendering to spirit, right? Not all of you, but some of you. So, okay. So, yeah, maybe, yeah, it was 411 might be your birthday, 4-2. maybe, right? Maybe something with that, right? So let me know. I don't know. Oh, is that a song? Shania Twain? It's Shania Twain, right? La Isla Bonita, is that is that another Madonna song? Yeah, huh? Dun, 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 right? Something like that. Wow, that's funny. I'm gonna be bumping Madonna. I think my favorite Madonna song was that from some movie. Maybe someone's name is Susie, right? It was like that Desperately Seeking Susie movie, or Susan. It was like that. Get into the groove. Get into the groove. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. The music for that song was just like, I don't know. That music, I just loved it. It was like the perfect music. I don't know. So that's crazy. We better not be finding out that Madonna passed or something, because I'm gonna be like, oh shoot. Wow. So Taurus, you got the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. Wow. 59. I know 59 came out with one of the angel cards, so that's pretty interesting. 59. You know, these specific numbers, it's funny when they come out again, right? 59, which adds up to 5, right? 14, 1, 4, 5. Oh, 5, and there's 5, right? The star. Maybe you're into sacred geometry, or that's popping up right now, right? Maybe you'll be seeing patterns and signs, and that's kind of a message for you, right? Starfish spirit. Maybe S is significant right now, because I don't know why the S has jumped out at me. Maybe your name start. Oh, and I just said desperately seeking Susan, right? Maybe your name is Susie or Susan or someone that's tapping into this. And as I split the deck, there's another S. Oh, Samuel the devil. Uh-oh. But that's not. It just jumped out at me. Let's see. Taurus, Taurus. Did I skip anyone or no? Huh? Taurus and then finally Gemini. Hmm. Four of Cups. I know that's usually the poopy pants, but let's see here. The God deflecting evil and the devil. Wow, the devil jumped out at me, but God is deflecting evil. 23. I don't know. That's like the Psalms 23. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That's crazy. Healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety, and travel. Wow. So maybe you're traveling. That's funny. So just know you're protected in your travels, Taurus. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I like that Four of Cups. That Four of Cups is way different from the poopy pants one. Four of Cups. Uh-oh. Why? That's weird that it came out sideways. You can't make that stuff up. So maybe someone was doing the little witchy stuff. The fact that they're sideways like this, I don't know. Maybe they got toppled over. God deflecting evil. Maybe it got sent back to somebody. Return to Sandra kind of thing. Damn. Then the reason that, because strength came out, right? Maybe you've been strong during this time, right? You've been being protected, but you held your ground. You stayed strong through it all. And look at what came out, of course, the devil. And it had made that appearance right in the. I don't know why it jumped out at me with the S, but maybe someone with an S or a snake, right? I don't know, something. That's crazy. I don't know, but the fact that this card came out like that with the little someone throwing little magic stuff, that's crazy. Maybe you have Sagittarius in your chart or something, but the world, wow, oh my god, you can't make this stuff up. Look at the world came out and there's the Seven of Swords. So definitely some sneaky conniving person, right? Damn, so you and Sagittarius we're going through some. Damn, the devil, it came out twice, right? The Seven of Swords, that Queen of Wands kind of toppled over with her little wand. Jeez. But the world, I feel like that's coming to an end. Maybe that's why, right? Everything got like returned to sender kind of thing. Courtesy of the universe, right? God deflecting evil. Maybe you've been saying that Psalms, right? Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil or something, and you've been heard, right? Man, what is that? I don't like those kind of things. You know what I mean? Because that's crazy. The fact that someone will go out of their way to do all that. Mm, yeah, I feel like this is not your energy, Taurus. Hopefully, it wasn't a Cancer or Leo, Aquarius, the Capricorn energy with the devil. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. What else? What else? That is crazy. Wow, yeah, I feel like for you, things open to the infinite possibilities. I think like you've just been minding your own business, right? Like you were just planning on your life, right? Like what you want to do with life, working, not bothering nobody, right? Maybe you got a new job, creating a business, right? Starting a business, perfecting that, right? Perfecting your skills. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, right? And you're building something beautiful for yourself. I feel like you're even, well, I got chills. I feel like you're also building something that's going to help others, not just for yourself, right? Like a community, right? Where people could even come and kind of, enjoy, I don't know, those are grapes or whatever with you, but enjoy life and feel safe and all that good stuff, right? So look at as I lift the deck, right? 10 of Cups. Oof. I got chills. That's crazy. So I don't know why people. So oh man, so Sagittarius and Taurus were getting all that kind of so weird. Oh wow, that one just flipped. Oof. So yeah, maybe right now maybe you didn't even realize it and you were kind of feeling all that, but you were in the process of choosing a path, right? And yeah, I feel like maybe you already chose, and that's why you just buried your head in work. And in this case, I'm almost feeling like you had blind faith, like you were like, you know what? I'm not even gonna choose. I'm gonna trust spirit. That's why the third eye. Sometimes this gives me a different read, but right now that's what I'm feeling. Like you literally went into like, yeah, like you covered your eyes and you said, you know what? I'm just gonna trust in spirit. And that's how you chose, right? And that's why it is leading you to something prosperous. That almost made me emotional. I'm not even gonna lie. Damn, I feel like you really trusted in. That's beautiful. Like you totally surrendered to spirit. And meanwhile, that's why. Damn, that made me emotional. That's crazy. Like that's a beautiful energy. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, something was trying to do all this crazy stuff. That's why you're being very protected because you literally surrendered to spirit. And who was the one that it was kind of trying to give that message? Like, hey, and someone would, but you just were like, hey, you know what? I'm literally blindfold and I trust you. Guide me, right? That's how I'm making this choice. I'm not going this way or that way. I'm trusting you. So you show me. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Ooh, I got chills. Okay. So on that note, let me see. Man, that's a beautiful energy because there's like so much faith in that. Like, and trusting in spirit like that. Like, wow. Some people don't understand that kind of faith. That's like, damn. Okay, look at. But spiritual people can also block. Maybe it was even part of that, right? Just really blocking things and trusting in spirit in that way, right? Just minding your own business. Just yeah, that's crazy. Mm, okay. Let me roll the dice and nine. Wow, yeah. So something definitely coming to an end. So you can have your new beginnings. So 36 might be say maybe you're 36, maybe 63, right? May 3rd, May 9th, May 9th. 5-9. Wow, May 9th, 5-9. That's that 5-9. Wow, it all wraps up perfectly, huh? 5-9. Wow, that's amazing. That blew my mind. 5-9. Yeah, so 5-6, 5-9, 5-3. Maybe all those things are maybe that's your height. I don't know. Something. But yeah. Okay, so on that note, we'll yeah. I don't know. This fell on the ground right now. I'm just gonna give it an honorable mention, but turn your knowledge into wisdom. So maybe yeah, that's what you've been doing. Because this card fell. So maybe the wolf is significant. So I like that. I'm just throwing it in there because it fell to the ground right now. I don't know how, but I guess I must have hit it. But okay. Last but not least, Gemini. That doesn't rhyme, but hey, let's see. Alchemy, I say, yeah, that all the time. Trust spirit, beautiful. More yellow. There was more yellow. Oh, S is your last name? That's crazy. Celebrate. Shania Twain. Oh, 23 and 32. Wow. And I think Aries was the one that is like, hey, maybe they were having trouble trusting spirit. And then the opposite is Taurus, which was trusting spirit, huh? 23, 32. Wow. That's pretty. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for making that connection. Where's the deck? Oh, wow. That's funny. I hit it under the other deck. Okay. So Gemini. Let's see, Gemini. Let's see what you got going on for you. Last but not least, Gemini. That doesn't have the rhyme like Pisces, but it's all good. Let's see. All right, Gemini. That's funny because my incense is like on its last little thing right now, the copal incense. So it lasted the whole reading. I love it. Oh, well, I like the bee, but well, no, you know what? This is funny because the wasp is the master builder too. So, oh, what did you go through? Maybe 6'4" too. Put on some gangster rap and handle it. But wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. But I like the little feathers. That's pretty cool. I like the feathers. My medicine staff has. It kind of reminds me of my medicine staff right there. 6'4". Hmm. Sometimes life stings. What's up with that? Gemini. A bunch of spirit animals came out stuff. All these spirit animals flipped over. So what is that? One, two, three, four, five, six. Ah, six. And maybe you're June Gemini, right? Six. Oh, 6'4". Maybe you're 6'4". June 6th, June 4th, right? Okay, let's see. Why is the message already out the gate? Sometimes life stings for Gemini. What's up with that? Come on, Gemini. Wow, what Ten of Wands is like the burdens usually in, but Ten of Wands, God humiliating the proud. Wow, I don't know. Well, were you proud, Gemini? Or is it others, right? That stung you and then it's almost saying like, oh, and look at more feathers, right? Or something. It looks like feathers. I don't know, but God or is that what they made the reef out of? God humiliating the proud. Spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. Are those the people that were proud? Maybe someone was proud towards you and they kind of stung you a little bit. People that felt like they know everything. I don't know. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's see what that's about. Did I get this deck upside down? I think I did. Okay, let me see that. Oh wow. Damn, I flipped everything. I don't know how that happened, but it's cool because as I'm lifting it up, the devil's in reverse, but it's because I had the deck. But hey, that maybe that was the message, the devil in reverse. So maybe life did sting for a little bit. Let's find out why. See if it comes out again. That's crazy. Gemini, let's see. Sometimes life stings. Hmm, maybe not for long. Wow, that one just wow. Maybe you've been defensive for a while, right? Because life stung. You had to learn to stand your ground, right? But it looks like something new's coming in, so maybe this is the warning to don't be so defensive right now. My throat's kind of. It's funny as that came out life stings, and then my throat feels this stingy thing. Maybe you had to like hold your ground and snap back. It's healing times, Jam. I like that. I like that a lot. Whoa, look it. You can't make that up. What was this? 10 of wands and now 10 of wands again, right? I feel like, yeah, you're putting down those burdens or you're being asked to, right? Maybe you were for a while, right? Carrying all the heavy burdens. It kind of made you be standoffish, right? Like you had to protect. But it's not a bad, it's you're defending what you know, the solar plexus, that's standing in your truth, right? That's standing in your truth. A lot of fiery energy, right? Sagittarius, Leo, and then the other 10 of wands, right? Sometimes life stings. Interesting. I feel like because that one jumped out sideways, so I feel like there's things you gotta be careful. Wow, that's okay. That's not bad. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this came out sideways, so I don't know. It felt like it jumped that way. So I think some of you just have to be careful not to let things right. If you've been too guarded, right? Just be careful with that, because whatever stung you, right? Whatever burdens you felt like you were carrying, right? Because obviously something new's coming in. You know, maybe you are this Queen of Cups, right? But you know the cup is closed, right? You're still a very empathic person, right? You have a lot of empathy, your intuition, right? Lots of feelings, but at the same time, you know, like grounded, right? Like you're grounded, right? Like yeah, on this one it doesn't show her even touching the water, how or does it? I don't know. The foot looks. Is that the foot that's blue? But it's different. Like the King of Cups is very obvious. That's still dipping like the toe in the water, right? I believe. That's funny that they're both C, huh? Compassion, CC. Interesting. I don't know why that jumped out at me. Maybe you're gonna meet someone. Their name's gonna start with a C, right? That's fun. Even that has a C, right? Caballero, Conquista. Maybe C is important. Interesting. But yeah, don't. I guess just that's kind of the thing. Don't be overly guarded. Look at Nine of Pentacles. Maybe you've been so focused on work, right? Maybe you've been focused on work. I mean, it's beautiful that a prosperous time is coming right after being stung or whatever made you kind of be defensive and maybe just focus on work, right? Maybe you're going to be really magnetic out of nowhere, right? Things are going to be coming to you. I got chills. Okay. So that feels like that. Oh, sacral energy, right? Wow, maybe yeah, you like your sexual energy is gonna be kind of shining through. Maybe you've been working on yourself, right? Like working out, this and that. I don't know. That kind of reminded me of the bench press, right? Maybe something just working, sticking to yourself, not interested in anything, and Yeah, I feel like you'll be very magnet. Wow, that's interesting. Hmm. Oh, my throat tightened up a lot. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. I feel like this tower could hit to wake you up. Like, hey, if you're being like that overly defensive, you know, let your guard down, right? I feel like maybe something's gonna happen like that, right? Something from the past is might come in to trigger a tower, maybe of remind you of good times or something like that. So this tower feels different. It doesn't feel like that tower where things come crashing down. It's almost like you build up a, almost like you build up a tower of protection kind of thing to like, I don't know. That's kind of the message I'm getting. But maybe there'll be something nostalgic. I don't know. But there's a judgment, right? So yeah, I feel like yeah, something stung you in the past, and it's almost like having a little death and rebirth. That's why the tower, right? You gotta see something from your past, right? Maybe a past passion, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm guessing it can be, right? With this something coming in, right? Maybe this offer that comes in is gonna, or maybe that tower moment was what, right? Like it triggered you to, it was meant to be, right? Maybe that's what they're trying to say, that this tower moment was meant to be because it put you on that trajectory to where you're gonna meet this person, right? Maybe it will be someone from your past, right? I don't feel like this is someone you've necessarily already had a rocky journey with. Maybe you're gonna have multiple suitors because they're both looking forward, right? That's pretty interesting. Unless this is your energy right now. Let me see. Let me ask. Well, it's the sword, right? Gemini. So let me see. Is the no? Okay, so that's not you. The King of Swords is not you. That could have been the person that a lot of Scorpio energy. Scorpio. I think the Tower is even considered Scorpio, right? Scorpio and Aries, or wow, a lot of Scorpio energy. Maybe you're connecting with a Scorpio. Who knows? I feel like yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, maybe that's part of the journey towards prosperity, right? Maybe that Scorpio energy is gonna be kind of like I mean, if it is, it doesn't have to be a Scorpio. It could be a Taurus, whatever. But maybe it's gonna be a business opportunity that eventually turns romantic. Maybe they could be wearing a little bit of a mask. I feel like this weird energy, like something's trying to not give me all the details. That's what I'm getting. There is a city. Yeah, I see. I got chills. Okay, so that's what it was. So I'm like, okay, why am I feeling like I'm not connecting to a Gemini read? That's weird. Hmm. So I feel like, yeah, something's trying to be hidden, but it's not bad. I mean, hey, regardless, there's prosperity here, right? New offer coming in, romantic, a death and rebirth, right? The judgment. So something clearly had to be judged because someone was doing some, but it's kind of like you choosing the path. But I feel like, yeah, maybe you're gonna connect with this kind of King of Pentacles energy, or that's gonna be your energy, right? Because I know the King of Swords wasn't your energy. That's what I got. So whether that was the person that caused some kind of tower in the past or that, right? That's kind of what I got. Okay, so what's trying to be hidden here? Didn't one of you say something about what's hidden? That's funny. What did I say? What's trying to be hidden here? Wow, the Ten of Swords. So I feel like there's a little bit of that energy of whoever caused you this Ten of Swords. Hmm. Something is afoot here. Interesting. The plot thickens. Okay, so wow. Okay, so there it is. Something did cause you this tower. Something. Maybe they don't want you to know how successful you're about to be. Maybe they still wanted to spin the block, right? Hmm. But yeah, I feel like they're trying to not let you know this for some reason. My gut's lighting up. So yeah. Wow. Interesting. What the? Yeah. See, good things coming. All right. We had to kind of like navigate through that cloudy type thing. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. So prosperity twice, right? Prosperity, prosperity, prosperidad, prosperidad. Yeah. Man. So maybe I shouldn't have even read this, so it could have remained a secret, right? But yeah, there's this little whatever caused you that Ten of Swords was trying to keep you in the dark about things. Wow, maybe they've gotten readings on you. Maybe they knew before you did, Gemini, that good things are coming for you. Whoever was this burden, right? This Ten of Wands burden, Ten of Swords. But it's complete now. It's done. 10-10. That's crazy, huh? Wow. I mean, it wasn't as bad as that Sagittarius. Who was it? Sagittarius and Leo, I think, right? That had that crazy. Wow. Now my head feels all like I just drank some Nyquil or something. It was like I had to really try to navigate through that. So weird. Oh wow. Okay, let me find. That was a weird one. I don't know what that means. So, wow. Maybe something. What? Wow. What is up with that? Gemini, Leo, and Sagittarius. Maybe something was messing with you. You didn't know what was going on. Maybe something had your nervous system overly. Maybe you would get anxiety out of nowhere, and you were like, "What's wrong with me? My intuition. Maybe this, maybe that." And that's crazy. Maybe you even felt like, man, I'm cursed for a moment there, right? When you were feeling all that Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords energy. I don't think this, I mean, this could resonate too, but that's not really what jumped out at me. You're not cursed. You just need better time management, something. Maybe that was part of someone's thing to make you feel anxious. So you're worried about other things rather than focusing on what you need to focus on. So that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, looks like good things are ahead. Just that's the 411, right? Wow. Oh, what's the 411? Wow. So maybe that's why they were giving me all this like hidden stuff, right? Hmm. Interesting. All right. So on that note, let me see. Wow. Okay. I like that. Very balanced. 33. That's crazy. 33. That's one of my Oracle cards that I had put, right? The 30. I think that was the first one. And that's literally the first Oracle card I made. 33. The Phoenix Rises. Maybe you've been going through that, right? Burning to ash only to be born from the ashes, right? 33. So maybe you're June 3rd, June 6th, right? Maybe you're 33. Maybe you're meant to be like a master teacher 33. So things are trying to keep you distracted to where you even felt cursed or anxiety or all that stuff. So that makes sense. So on that note, I'll end it there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brittany, Dito, Fostertown. Who else tuned in? Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you all for being here. Um, yeah, hopefully I'll finish, my Oracle deck soon. I mean, it's done already. I just have to see who I'm gonna get to make it. Right? This is the first deck I've made, so I have to see who's gonna, I guess make it the best. I don't know if it's all the same, everyone uses the same material or what, but I already ordered one sample deck, so I'll see when I get it, and then after I'll start selling it, and I want to get a good price too, because I see sometimes, yeah, readers. I know that that's because, yeah, it ends up probably being pricey. I don't want to have to sell my deck for like $80 or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but I just, yeah, you know, I want to make it more affordable. So all that good stuff, right? Because then I want to come out with another deck after too. But anyways, on that note, have a great rest of your week, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, maybe I'll make a video here. I know I posted it on my other channel, but I'll post a video here just showing some more stuff about my deck and all that good stuff. All right.